An airport that opened more than 9 years late. A tunnel that aims to connect Germany and Denmark beneath the Baltic Sea. A skyscraper in Hamburg, intended as a symbol of progress, suddenly brought to a halt. Germany, the land of engineers and renowned for its German precision, often finds itself in the spotlight for very different reasons when it comes to major construction projects. Where people expect visions and innovation, headlines often speak of delays, budget overruns, and political disputes. And yet, amidst all this chaos, emerge structures that have the potential to reshape the country. 5 mega projects are currently being built or planned, each raising a central question: can Germany ever live up to its own ambitions? Let's start with a project that's become a national symbol, one that nearly every German citizen has heard of: Stuttgart 21. Since the 1990s, this name has made its way into newspapers, TV shows, and political debates. What started as a relatively simple plan to modernize the aging Stuttgart terminus station has evolved into one of the most expensive and controversial infrastructure projects in Europe. The initial concept was straightforward: replace the outdated terminus station with an underground through station, more efficient, more compact, and better connected. But over the years, the project grew in complexity, and so did the price tag. Originally estimated at under 3 billion euros, current projections exceed 11 billion. Completion, once scheduled for 2019, is now expected no earlier than 2028. The project has been defined by protests, citizen movements, court battles, and shifting political alliances. Stuttgart 21 became a metaphor for the public's growing mistrust in Germany's ability to deliver on large-scale projects. Still, if completed, it could become one of Europe's most advanced railway hubs, offering faster travel to cities like Ulm, Munich, and Zurich. But the big question remains: will the final result justify everything that came before? From Stuttgart, we head north to Hamburg. There, a new landmark was supposed to rise: the Elbe Tower. Standing 204 meters tall, it was designed to be sleek, futuristic, and highly visible, right where the historic Speicherstadt meets the modern Hafen city. The Elbe Tower was to be Hamburg's answer to other global megastructures, a beacon of ambition, wealth, and architectural daring. But the dream began to crumble shortly after construction started in 2023. The project's main investor, Austria's Signa Group, filed for bankruptcy. Since then, construction has stopped. The concrete shell of the tower stands as a monument to uncertainty. The city is exploring its options, possibly stepping in to rescue the site. But without a private investor, the future remains murky. For many locals, the Elbe Tower now represents the danger of overreach, of trusting too much in investor promises and underestimating financial risks. Will the tower ever be completed? Or will it remain a modern ruin, a scar on the skyline of a city that aimed too high? A different kind of ambition lies further east, one that's currently being built under the sea: the Fehmarn Belt tunnel. A bold idea to link Germany and Denmark with a direct passage under the Baltic Sea. The structure will be 18 kilometers long and include separate tunnels for cars and trains. Once completed, the journey between the two countries will take just 10 minutes by car and 7 minutes by train. The project has been under discussion for decades, but only gained serious momentum in the last few years. Construction began in 2020, especially on the Danish side, where progress has been swift. In Germany, as so often, things are moving more slowly. The total cost is expected to surpass 10 billion euros. Environmentalists have raised alarms about the potential damage to the sensitive Baltic Sea ecosystem. On the other hand, proponents view it as a crucial piece of Europe's transportation future, enhancing trade, tourism, and connectivity. Whatever one's view, the tunnel is real and it's happening. It will dramatically change how the north of Europe travels. While workers are digging under the sea, something is also growing beneath Germany's capital. In Berlin, the U5 subway line is being expanded and reconnected. It's an ambitious project to link East Berlin directly to the political and cultural heart of the city through key locations like the Bundestag, Brandenburg Gate, and Museum Island. Construction began back in 2016. The line is scheduled for completion in 2030. Only 12 kilometers of new track are being added, but the complexity is enormous. Building under Berlin is like operating on a living organism. Layers of history, unstable soil, existing tunnels, and hidden infrastructure make every meter a challenge. And Berliners are watching closely. After the airport fiasco with BER, trust in the city's construction management is fragile. The U5 project, though relatively quiet so far, is under immense pressure to succeed. It must not become another cautionary tale. And so, every crane, every tunnel section carries the weight of public expectation. Finally, we look at a project not technically in Germany, but with enormous consequences for the country. The Brenner base tunnel. When completed, it will be the longest railway tunnel in the world, 55 kilometers through the Alps, connecting Innsbruck in Austria with Franzensfeste in northern Italy. The aim is to shift freight from road to rail, making alpine transportation cleaner and more efficient. Austria and Italy are already building. Germany, however, is falling behind. For the tunnel to be effective, new railway links on the German side, particularly near Rosenheim and Kiefersfelden, are urgently needed. But here, as often, protests erupt. Citizen groups oppose the plans, citing noise, environmental damage, and insufficient consultation. Meanwhile, planning processes stall, bureaucracy delays decisions. While Europe pushes ahead, Germany is stuck in paperwork. And yet again, the fear grows that Germany will be the weak link in an otherwise visionary chain. 5 projects, 5 stories, 5 mirrors held up to a nation that prides itself on precision but struggles with delivery. These aren't just construction sites. They are symbols of trust, of failure, of ambition. Each of these projects could help shape Germany for decades to come. Better mobility, cleaner transport, economic stimulus, yet doubts remain. Too many broken promises, too many blown budgets, and a public that is increasingly skeptical. Perhaps the real challenge isn't technical at all. It's not the concrete, not the steel, not the planning software. It's trust. Trust in leadership, trust in process, trust that the job will get done. Without that, even the best engineered projects risk becoming cautionary tales. Germany stands at a crossroads. The potential is enormous. The knowledge is there. What's missing is the will and the courage to see things through. If you're fascinated by these kinds of developments, if you want to understand the stories behind the headlines, then this is the place for you. On my channel, I go beyond the statistics. I tell stories, I connect the dots. I take you to the construction sites of a changing nation and show you what they reveal about all of us. So stick around, because the future is already being built. And together, we're going to find out what it really looks like.